Well, there's a lot we could say, but I'll kind of start. So sea level rise has gone up 8 inches in the last 100 years. And the rate of sea level rise is double what it was 80 years ago. So we are seeing the effects of climate change specifically through sea level rise. But we can also look at heat. So last year was the hottest year on record for Earth's surface temperatures. The year before that was the hottest. The year before that was the hottest. I have a slide. I give presentations all around the country, and I talk about temperature. And so every time I go to give that presentation, I go and check my slides to make sure I have like the latest information. And I'm like, oh no, this can't be right. This is last year's slide. But every year, it's like the same slide where I'm talking about how hot the previous year was. So we're seeing crazy records being broken on all fronts, and it's really unfortunate that we weren't able to give science the respect that it deserved 30 years ago, where we could have started to prevent some of the worst impacts, but we're living with those now. So if you have a friend that doesn't believe in sea level rise, they can go down to Miami in October on a sunny day and see the salt water come up through the storm drains because of those 8 inches of sea level rise. During the highest tides, flood residential areas across Miami-Dade County. And it's not just happening in Miami, it's happening in Galveston, it's happening in New York, it's happening in South Carolina and North Carolina, and it's happening more in communities of color.
Great. And
I think that's really important, really well said. I also think it's very important to focus on the public health impacts. This is not some abstract problem that is going to happen someday. The Clean Power Plan, when it's fully implemented, would prevent 90,000 asthma attacks each year. Talk to the families of people whose children are having to go to the hospital. Talk to the people who are experiencing premature death in their family. There are real devastating consequences to climate change happening right now all across the globe.
Can I add one tiny thing, 4 seconds? Look at your city, specifically where you live, and find your stats, because it's a lot easier to communicate with someone and be like, here in New York City, these are my 7 things you can say, because that's what I do in Austin.